Iran has played a significant and multifaceted role in regional and global conflicts throughout its history. Understanding Iran's involvement in wars requires an examination of its geopolitical context, historical influences, and contemporary strategies. To begin, Iran's geographical location positions it at the crossroads of the Middle East, Central Asia, and the Caucasus. This strategic placement has made it a pivotal player in numerous regional conflicts. Its borders share proximity with several key nations, including Iraq, Afghanistan, and Azerbaijan, and it has access to vital waterways like the Strait of Hormuz, through which a significant portion of the world's oil passes. This geographic advantage has historically made Iran a center of influence, but it has also drawn it into conflicts both directly and indirectly. Historically, Iran, known as Persia until the 20th century, has been involved in various conflicts that shaped its national identity and political landscape. The 20th century was particularly tumultuous, marked by foreign interventions, civil unrest, and regime changes. The 1953 coup, orchestrated by the CIA and British intelligence, which overthrew Prime Minister Mohammad Mossadegh, created deep-seated distrust towards Western powers. This event is often cited as a catalyst for anti-Western sentiment in Iran, laying the groundwork for the Islamic Revolution in 1979. The Islamic Revolution fundamentally transformed Iran's political landscape. The establishment of the Islamic Republic under Ayatollah Khomeini not only changed the internal dynamics but also influenced Iran's external relations. The new regime adopted a revolutionary ideology, emphasizing anti-imperialism and the export of its revolutionary principles to other nations, particularly in the Arab world. This ideology has informed Iran's actions and alliances in various conflicts. One of the most significant conflicts involving Iran was the Iran-Iraq War, which lasted from 1980 to 1988. Initiated by Iraq under Saddam Hussein, the war resulted in immense loss of life and economic devastation. Iran viewed the conflict as a fight for its survival against a hostile neighbor backed by Western powers, particularly the United States. The war solidified national unity in Iran and reinforced the regime's narrative of external threats. Iran's strategy during the war included extensive mobilization of its population, including the use of child soldiers and the establishment of the Basij militia, which played a crucial role in the conflict. The Iran-Iraq War also marked a turning point in Iran's military strategy and regional ambitions. In its aftermath, Iran focused on developing its military capabilities, including missile technology and asymmetric warfare strategies. This shift would later manifest in Iran's involvement in various proxy wars across the region. In the 1990s and early 2000s, Iran's regional ambitions expanded as it sought to fill the power vacuum left by the Soviet Union's collapse and the Gulf War. The U.S. invasion of Iraq in 2003 further altered the regional balance of power, allowing Iran to extend its influence in Iraq. Iranian-backed militias gained prominence, shaping Iraq's post-war political landscape. Iran viewed the newly established Iraqi government, which was largely Shia, as an ally, reinforcing its influence in the region. The Arab Spring in 2011 and the subsequent Syrian civil war presented another opportunity for Iran to assert its influence. Iran has been a staunch supporter of the Assad regime, providing military, financial, and logistical support. This involvement is rooted in Iran's desire to maintain a strategic ally in Syria, which serves as a crucial conduit for Iranian support to Hezbollah in Lebanon. The Syrian conflict has become a battleground for regional power dynamics, with Iran, Russia, and various Sunni Arab states backing opposing sides. Iran's role in Yemen's civil war is another dimension of its involvement in regional conflicts. The Houthis, a Shia group, have received Iranian support, which has been viewed by Saudi Arabia and its allies as an extension of Iranian influence. The conflict in Yemen has exacerbated tensions between Iran and Saudi Arabia, leading to a broader regional confrontation characterized by proxy warfare. Iran's relationships with non-state actors have also shaped its role in regional conflicts. Hezbollah, based in Lebanon, is one of Iran's most significant allies. Founded in the early 1980s, Hezbollah has been instrumental in Iran's strategy to project power in the Levant. The group has engaged in multiple conflicts with Israel and has played a key role in supporting the Assad regime in Syria. Iran's support for Hezbollah has been a source of tension with Israel and a focal point in the broader Israeli-Iranian conflict. Furthermore, Iran's influence extends to other groups, such as various militias in Iraq and the Houthis in Yemen. These relationships are often characterized by shared ideological goals and the pursuit of regional power. Iran's support for these groups allows it to exert influence without deploying large conventional forces, which aligns with its asymmetric warfare strategy. The nuclear program has also been a focal point of Iran's role in international conflicts. Since the early 2000s, Iran has pursued a nuclear program that it claims is for peaceful purposes, but many nations, particularly in the West, fear that it is a pathway to developing nuclear weapons. The international community's response has included sanctions, diplomatic efforts, and military threats. The 2015 Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, JCPOA, was a significant diplomatic achievement aimed at curbing Iran's nuclear ambitions in exchange for the lifting of sanctions. However, the U.S. withdrawal from the agreement in 2018 under President Donald Trump reignited tensions and led to Iran gradually stepping back from its commitments under the deal. The complex web of alliances and enmities in the region often makes Iran a focal point in broader geopolitical rivalries. The country's relationship with Russia has deepened, particularly in the context of the Syrian civil war. Both nations share an interest in supporting the Assad regime and countering U.S. influence in the region. Additionally, Iran's relationships with China have also evolved, with economic partnerships emerging, particularly in the context of energy supplies and infrastructure investments. Iran's role in the ongoing conflicts is not merely reactive, it actively shapes its foreign policy to achieve its objectives.